Hmm. So anyone remembers where we were in the last lecture? What we were learning at the end part of the lecture? Anyone? Don't think someone remembers. Let's see. So yesterday, uh, we were doing this comparison operators. If you all remember, at the end of the show, equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, equal to, right? Then we had this plus, divide, not equal to, all those things. We did all this. All this is already run up, so we actually did this. So we left it here because after this we don't see anything running, right? Everyone on live, can you comment down if you can actually relate things or it's just me speaking? It won't be interactive much then. Okay, so I think no one wants to comment. So I'll continue with. So is this expression true? Uh, so in this kind of semantics, you test the term that is in middle. This is a range kind of thing. If it is between 1 and 5, then it will give it true. If 3 is between 1 and 5, so let's check. Shift enter. True. Yes, it is between 1 and 5. This is 3 yet. Oh, 3 plus 1 is 4 on the right hand side. Equal to comparison operator. 4. Yes, it is equal to 4. Let's see. True. So you can actually check for two terms, but here you can see that equal to have two terms on left and right. So it will compare those two terms only. This whole expression does not matter anywhere. So yes, this is the part I want to get started with today. That was yesterday's part. So strings. As I said you all that whenever we take input from user using the input method, we get strings. So you should actually know how to manipulate strings well, because all the things would be user input and output things. Even in your you can say programming tests, hackathons, all those things, right? Programming events. You will have this take this input and give this output. So how to manipulate the input to the given output, that is the thing all the programmers do. So here we have these two strings. Simple string 1 has an example, this string. Simple string 2 has oranges as a string. So now let's see what they are doing here. Addition. Simple string 1 plus something something, right? Shift enter. Okay, seems they have things a bit simple. Okay, yes, I did not run this one, so simple string 1 is not defined. Now it will run. Yes, so simple string 1 is an example. Now simple string 1 plus space of using the plus operator. So an example of using the plus operator, this is what I want to say. When you use plus in between any two strings, it adds both the strings, and that thing is called concatenation. This was already explained twice before, but it is a very helpful thing and a very helpful skill to use strings. So I retook it. Again, notice the string was not modified. Obviously, the string was not modified. The string is still as example, but when you are giving the output and you want to modify it there and then, You can take the name, just add things and print it right there. Okay, this is where it starts to get a bit on the other side. So simple string 2 was oranges, and there is a space after oranges. Okay, so when you actually multiply it by 4, so when you multiply number by 4, what happens is the output is a multiplication. But when you multiply a string by 4, the output is that whole string into 4 times. So oranges, 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 oranges. Let's make it 5. Let's see if it works. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many times you want to print things? There were a whole lot of things where this can help. We'll see that in the coming lecture. This string wasn't modified either, obviously. Here we took it and we multiplied it by 5 and printed it, but we did not do anything to that string. So yes, you can even compare strings. As we said yesterday, for this equal to operator, that is called the comparison operator. You will look at the right hand side. The right hand side is simple string 2, and then you will look at the left hand side and see if these both strings are exactly the same. So are they same? False, they are not straight. So are these two expressions equal to each other? Simple string was an example. Let's see if it is an example. True. So you can actually use this to compare names, numbers, whatever you want, whenever it's really necessary. If you have any doubt in whatever I am teaching right now, you can comment down. So as this part finishes, I can look into the comments and then come back to you. So here, simple string plus equal to the reassessment, the origin string. Okay, so reassessment was the thing that I taught in the last lecture, but we'll do that again. So let's open a little thing. Let's say a is equal to 10. Enter. Okay, sorry, Python. I forgot to enter Python. Only Python. So a is equal to 10. So a is equal to a plus 10. So this I'm doing for those people who are not in the last lecture, because if I don't do this, all the further things will go back to you. So let's print a now. A is 20. So a was 10, and this statement, let me explain this to you, equal to, let's go from equal to right hand side, right? A was 10 plus 10, and 10 plus 10 is 20. This whole thing was saved to a again, so a became 20. This is called a reassessment. You can do whatever to the previous value and again store that value in the same variable. So in this case, if you are not using the value of a equal to 10 in the further coming program, you are saving the memory, and also you are again using the memory. That's like recycling or something. So this expression a is equal to a plus 10, programmers thought let's modify it into a little statement. So what they did was a plus equal to 1. Let's say a plus equal to 10. So let's see what is there now. 30, right? If there a problem with the mic, can you comment down if there a problem with the mic? So I'll test it. Mm. So this a is equal to a plus 10 is same as a plus equal to 10. That makes it 30, right? 10, 20, 30. So here again, in this string format, if you see, simple string 1 plus equal to this. So whatever is in simple string 1, it is an example right now, and plus equal to, so we'll go at the right hand side, we'll add an example to this whole string that reassigned the original string. Now we'll print it, the simple string again. So here it is, an example that was simple string 1. We added the value of this string to the simple string and we printed the simple string. Now the value of simple string has changed. in the last two things we just modified it for our sake, like if we for once, but now this is permanent. Now whenever I use simple string 1, it would always be simple string 1 would be this whole string, not an example. So multiply and reassign. Yes. Uh, as we do plus equal to, you can also multiply equal to. So yes. Oranges, 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 oranges. So now simple string 2 had oranges before, now it has 3 oranges in it because we multiplied by 3. Uh, Simple as that. If you have any doubt, please do comment down. Okay, basic containers. Before starting with this, let's see if you all understood what all was going on till now. Comment down if you understood what was going till now, so we can continue further because someone just texted me that my voice is inaudible. Mhm. Are people even seeing the live? Hello. Is there a problem with my voice? Can you not hear me? Okay, I'll look at this voice thing once. The audio is proper. Let's connect it to the other device. Let's see. I think the issue should be solved now because this one is a good sound product. Hello, hello, hello. Clear. Okay. Thanks for the input. So if you have any doubt, please do reply in the comments, or we will start with this in a sec. Do we have any comments? Sahi? Okay. Okay, I think I missed the comment. Now it's fine because I wasn't able to see the comments from my phone. Okay, I can start it. Thank you so much, with Gandhi. Okay, so here we go with the basic containers. Basic containers is nothing but, as you say, there are names in grammar, uh, or we can say a property like names. Let's relate it to English, right? Python is a language, English is a language. So when I say uh, that Meet is a pro, right? So this Meet in English is a noun. Pro is a adverb, right? In Python, we have something is a string. So it is an add word. All these things are add words. ये string है, ये number है, like those names, right? So if you ये list है, as we say, if you remember it this way, it would be better because when you will go further more, we will use more like when you are using a list. Suppose so list has many values 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are many actions that you can take with this. So you can actually add to it, subtract to it, many other things. But I just want to tell you that remember this as this is a string, this is a list. When you have this in mind, that whatever that thing is, what it is, when you can directly relate between what the thing is and what is it type, then you can actually start coding better. Because many a times we have this thing in mind, like people are unable to separate things like numbers and string in their mind already. Let me show you an example. So let's start with the rough sheet we made yesterday. How code करें? So this was all that we did in the last lecture. Let's start with this. So let's see. So let me show you how this confuses people. Let me write 1 in colons, right? It is 1. Let me do 1 plus 1. See, 11. If you do 1 plus 1 in general, it gives you 2. So this is what I am saying. 1 can be a string, 1 can be a number. But you have to look into the details, like these colons, or if it is in boxes, 1 plus 1. So this will give you one list plus list, a list of 2 elements. So see, 1 plus 1, see, 1 plus 1 in so many ways, but so many different outputs. So if you don't understand what I'm teaching right now, this would be your coding G1 in the coming future. You would be really confused. So let's get started with what it is and remove the confusion from your head. So basic strings. So node immutable objects can be modified after containing an immutable cannot be. Okay, so we'll come to this point after we are done with this thing. Let's keep in mind that we have to just complete these things today, but in a better way, in a quality way, right? So string is immutable. Oh, sorry. String is immutable. Index by integers, items of code in order, they were added. List is mutable. Index by integers, items of code in the order we added. So tuple, set, dictionary. Let's understand it in a very simple language. So string is basically anything you write in input is string. So let's get back to our file, our code guys. So whatever, like I took input, right? If I want to put this input in X, let's put in P this. X is already used in the upper code, right? So whatever I write here, it is a string. Even if I write a number here, see what I said. These colons denote string, right? If I put a number here, let's say it is a number, but it has colons on both the sides. So that's what string is anything that is in input or anything that you actually write in this way, putting colons. So here we are. That is string. Let's understand list. So list is when I do any variable is equal to 1, 2, 3. So this is the lift, right? Now q is a variable, h is a variable. Q has just one value and h has many values. So it is a lift variable, right? It is a lift. When I print hh, I get these values. I can even make a for loop for hh. Like, oh, so let's not get into it. Many people get confused when we're in the start and we do for loop. Let's digest this in a very basic way. So you can add anything to the list. You can see here numbers, strings, true and false, right? Boolean values. We studied it yesterday. The true and false are Boolean values. Tuple. So tuple is a list. If you see tuple and list have the whole thing. The whole thing is same, but this just a little difference. Mutable and immutable, right? So this is my cat. तो भूख लगी है मम्मा कबू की है ना वो कबू कम है मम्मी मम्मी इन खड़ी अंदर कबू खड़ी है okay, so let's understand what mutable and immutable is. So mutable means that like this string is hh, so if I do hh plus equal to one more list. We have this field 4, let's do 5, 6, 7, 8. Now again let's see what hh has. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hh can be modified after it is been defined. So पहली बार जब मैंने hh लिखा उसके बाद मैं उसको ऐड कर सकता हूँ, उसके अंदर से मैं निकाल भी सकता हूँ चीज़ें. So that is what they call mutable in English or in coding language. Now let's understand what is immutable. So let's see, we do I is equal to. So what is the difference between a list and a tuple? This brackets, this is a square bracket and this is a circular bracket, right? So now we'll define it in a circular bracket form. So circular bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What is I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Same as list. But if I do I plus equal to another tuple 5, 6, 7, 8, like same as list I'm doing. I'm not doing anything new. I. Okay, we can add to it, but we cannot remove. Okay, yes, you can do it this way maybe, but you cannot add things. I think append 11. Yes, so here it is. Tuple object have no attribute append. Append is used when let's say hh dot append 77. Let's see what hh have now. So it has 77, right? Okay. So I'll explain you why this happened and why this did not. So this is where the concept of mutability comes to the picture. If you can manipulate this variable after it is defined, then it is called as immutable. Okay. So what is written that? Okay. List is mutable, I can mutate it, but immutable is you cannot change it. Right. So let's get here. This says that we cannot append to it. Append means that I wherever it is stored at that same location I want to enter in the next coming index I want to enter this value, that is 11, right? That won't happen. because once II is defined, it cannot be uh, modified or changed. So that is the concept of mutability. Okay. Now why this happened was that what happens here is II is been taken to a temporary memory and it has been assigned a new memory. So uh, maybe I'll explain it again, but in the next lecture. But right now I can explain it to you in a notepad maybe. Notepad. So let's say that I have a box. So let's say that this is your storage. So it has uh, index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If it is a 5 GB thing, so we have 5 divisions of it. Let's think it that way. So when II was first generated, it was in 0, right? It was in this thing. So when we do II is plus or equal to a new tuple, what it does is from here will be erased. There would be a new II and the values of this II and this tuple would be added, and that can be in any other address or even this, but it won't be the same variable II. It won't be a new variable II. So that is the concept of mutability and immutability. It is a deeper concept, but if you understand it, it is a great thing because there are many things that you don't want to modify after they are defined, like roll numbers or something that is just a unique thing or very important thing that should not be changed or modified without authorization, we can say. So that you can do by using a tuple and not a list, because lists can be modified, right? So let's get back to it. Fact, you can comment down if you have any doubts or anything. And when how I complete this, we'll get back to doubts. And this is the thing we want to learn today. Nothing else. Basic containers. So mutable objects can be modified after certain, and immutable objects cannot. Okay, after creation. Sorry. So if you create it, set. So set is mutable. Dot index. Items are not stored in order they were added. Can only contain immutable objects. Does not contain duplicate objects. So let's get back to what this is. So let's say 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Okay, 7. So this is let's say some variable z. If this list. So let's print z. Okay. Now let's make z a set. So if z was a set, you can obviously see how we are defining these things, right? This was a square bracket, this was a circle bracket, and these are called squiggly brackets. Okay, these brackets. So let's try something with these brackets. Let's do UU is equal to squiggly brackets 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. Same value, right? Shift enter. Let's print what UU has. So here you go. The difference between a list and a set is that it does not store duplicate values. Here you can read it out. Mutable, not index all them. So here these are indexed, these are not indexed. Items are not stored in order they were added. Okay. Can only contain immutable objects, does not contain duplicate objects. Immutable objects. So objects must be strings or anything that does not have immutability, or that thing cannot be changed, right? Okay, not contain duplicate objects. It cannot contain duplicate objects. If it does, then uh, it removes it, and as you can see, it removed all the duplicate objects that we entered, and it just printed it. So let's get back to dict. So dict is said to be a dictionary mutable. That means it can be changed like we did in list. Key value pairs are indexed by immutable keys. So dictionary is mutable, but the values inside it, the key and the value pairs, are immutable. Items are not stored in the order they were added. Okay. So let's take a look at how this goes. Let me say some dictionary have this value. Again, coming to the part where we declare things. So this has squiggly brackets, even this has squiggly brackets. But the values, here we have just single value, right? And here we have key and value pairs. Whenever you see the word pairs, you should already understand that every value will have another value attached with it. So the name is Jane, the age is 23, and her favorite foods are this, right? But if you understand, this is one value, this is one value, this is one, this is one, this is one value, and this is also one value that has three different values, right? This is a list. In the list, we have different values, but the code treats it as one element, that is a list. So let's get back to how we're gonna define it. So quickly bracket. Let's say name is equal to Binod, comma, age is equal to 59, comma, fav food. Again, you have to write everything in strings. Fav food or list equals to, let's say, give me a list of something like poha, maybe, because Binod can be a Maharashtrian guy who likes poha, upma, Jaya or Shushma. Let's add one more thing, that is सबकी पसंद Nirma. So here, okay, there is, I think I forgot to add. Alright. Okay, yes. So we'll have to put if to sign in between all of those. Really sorry for this. Who's teaching Smith Sa? Let's do it in the end of the lecture. So here we are with it. So let's say this dictionary, a dictionary is called a dictionary because we can search the terms from its relatives. Like if I ask some dictionary about a name, okay, if some dish, okay, seems like thing did not match. Okay, so the name is Binod, right? So this is what a dictionary does. When you search for a thing, this thing is called a key value pair, right? What, as it was written here, key value pairs. So as you pass the key, it gives you value. Let's do this again. Let's pass age now. 69. Let's see what his favorite foods are. Poha, Upma, Jaya, Sushma. And let's see what सबकी पसंद is. Let's copy it exactly as it is here. So सबकी पसंद comment down. I want to see Nirma in the comments. Come on. Can't see any, but okay. Can do with it. सबकी पसंद Nirma. So this is how the dictionaries work, right? Key, value, pairs, all with a comma in it and a is to sign. Okay, Smith Shah, thank you so much. So here we are done with the basic container part. Mutability and immutability is a difficult concept, but if you try to think of how these things work and what mutable and immutable is, and how I said you here that as II, yes, II was added and a new II was created, but you cannot append, you cannot add to the same II, to the same variable that was made before. Okay, so this is the part that we have to cover today. Let's do some examples on it and then we'll only this many examples. Okay, so shift enter. So we defined a list that has these values, tuple that has these values, set that has these values. They are all same values, just the different notations as I said: square, circle, squiggly brackets, and dictionary key value pairs, right? So let's see what list one has. List one has these things. Let's see what tuple one has. Tuple one. Let's see what the set has. So as we can see that all the things were stored in the same order: 3 3 5 5 6 6 6 3 3 dog dog cat cat false false. But if you see the values here, 3 5 6 false came here, cat dog. Also we had two threes here, right? Two threes here, but in the set there was only one three, so it removed all the you can say duplicate values. And again, as they said here, that in fact not indexed all the time and items are not stored in the order they were added. So you should keep this in mind when you are using lists. So if you are thinking that यही order में और यही order में जाएगा, no, it won't happen in in the set. You can do it in list. Any doubts you can write in the comment section. As I'm done with this example, we'll get back to your doubts. For dictionary one has name Jane, age is 23, fair food for this. Let's add सबकी पसंद निर्मा डू, चार चांद लग जाएंगे. Done, bro. So again, as we did the plus equal to thing, again you have to remember plus equal to, what does it do? It takes the list one, it takes the right hand side, it adds it to the list, and then the whole thing, this list plus this, is again stored in the same list variable. So let's run this. So here you can see that phi and grapes was added. Rather all these things were predefined, right? You should remember it false. Let's do this for tuples. Here we go. Let's multiply this list by 2. 1 1 1 1. So this works for list 2, right? As we were doing it for strings, works for list 2. So multiply the tuple by 3. Goes hand in hand. Let's add a new cell here. Third cell below. So at the end of the day, we have dict 1, right? dict 1. Okay, so dict 1 सबकी पसंद. Comment down. What is सबकी पसंद? Okay, Meet and Arshil already commented. Nirma, Nirma, Nirma. Anyone else would like to encourage things, stupid things, but they are lovely to remember things. Okay, not much enthusiasm. Fine. Let's run this. Nirma. So here we are gonna end the part where basic containers are being taken. So I would like you all to ask doubts about things that are going around. Anything about this or even previous lectures, that's fine with me. So the time is 7:48 right now. I promised everyone that it would be a 1 hour lecture, so we have time till 8. If you want any of the doubts to be solved, please write. Okay, Umesh Mehta is saying सबकी पसंद Python. Yes, Umesh Mehta, it is Python, but why? सबकी पसंद Python. So let's close this because फिर ये देख के तुम लोग को लगेगा और सिखा देगा आपको. थोड़ा टेंशन आता है जैसे कॉलेज के लेक्चर में होता है. File, close and hold. Wait. Okay. So your dict sounds weird. Well, yes. ICT is a word that has a odd phonetics. So yes, we are here for the doubts. Anyone have any doubts, please? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, Umesh Mane. Yes, it's Mane. Did I say something odd? I said Umesh, right? Okay, it's Mane, not Mehta. For you, Umesh. मैं घाय घाय में इधर उधर निकल जाता हूँ, माफ करना. ओहो जीवक, बिग फैन सर. ब्रो मैं तेरा फैन हूँ बिट बॉक्सिंग. ओके, back to the doubts. Anyone have any doubts, please? एक बार append. So what is difference in equal to and equal to equal to? Okay, let's take these two questions first. So let's use VS Code today because around the whole session we have never used it, right? So Windows C. So this is the folder where all my codes are. So you can actually click on the URL. You can write cmd. You can write code dot enter, and this will open your VS Code in that folder. Close the things now. Yes. Okay, so let's make a new file with name और कोड करें test.py. That is a Python file, right? So about the append thing, right? So a is equal to, let's say, 1 2 3 4. Okay, now if I do a dot, let's print a, and then let's append to it. So the thing you want to append to, write a dot append We are gonna learn these things ahead too, but just these little things you can actually summarize it. Append, let's say 777. If you are a Friends fan, you would know what 777 is. Let's print A again. So Control Alt N. Output. So in VS Code, the output is shown here, right? There's something wrong with playground. Shift enter. Okay, A is equal to this. Print A. So you can see the output here. If it's not visible, please tell me. Take it up a bit. So yes, A is 1 2 3 4. Print A. Then let's go to A dot append 777. So that happened, and let's print A again. So A had 1 2 3 4. Then we appended, or you can say added 777 to it. So print A 1 2 3 4 777. Also, if you are asking about immutability or the thing that was shown, if you have this round brackets, that is called a tuple, not a list. 1 2 3 4. The tuple is here. You can see the output. The tuple is made. So let's do b dot append 777 again. So here object cannot append. So tuple objects cannot be appended because they are immutable, or you can say they cannot be manipulated after they are made. There can be some serious security things that are just numbers, but you just want them to be as they are, so you put it in a tuple. But obviously, you can change everything when you want, but just for a little security, you can make it a tuple. Okay, so next doubt was equal to and equal to equal to. So let's get back to that. So if I say a is equal to 11, right, and I say print a is equal to 11. Let's do this. Control Alt N. Okay, let's clear the output first. Now Control Alt N. Okay, it exited. A equal to 11. So shift enter. Invalid syntax. Okay. Let's make a new file. File is done. So a is equal to 11. Print if a is equal to 11. So let's do this. Shift Control S. New.py. I just do random namings because I make a lot of this file. Shift enter. A is equal to 11. Yes. A is equal to 11. False. Okay, it is 1. So let's print if A is equal to 11, right? See, if you can say here, A is equal to 11. Print if A is equal to 1. False. Print if A is equal to 11. True. So, bro, who was asking this? Neeraj. Neeraj, A is equal to 11 stores the value of 11 in A, but if you write A is equal to 1, it compares if this and the values on both the sides are equal. It goes on the right hand side, it says 1, it goes on the left hand side, so it sees the values of the variable and checks if both the values are same. So print if A is equal to 11 says कि let's transfer to Hindi. This says कि A का वैल्यू 11 है and this is A का वैल्यू 11 है क्या. You should add a kya whenever you have to find thing. So A11 है क्या? True, false. So this guy says false, नहीं है, right? Like if I say A11 है क्या? A1 है क्या? A1 है क्या? नहीं है, false. A11 है क्या? True, हाँ है. So that way you can remember things. If you make these small sentences for everything in your head, then you can actually digest it as a language and not just as a code. So A11 है क्या? A1 है क्या? You will get all the answers. हाँ ना, whatever you want. Okay, so Umesh understood. So anyone else have a doubt? Please let me know. We are here for next 5 minutes. If no one have a doubt, then we'll close it. Please subscribe and like if you are liking the stream, because we are doing this all for you, and all we expect is a subscribe and a like, nothing else. Okay, thanks Meet Gandhi. Can we assign two variables at a time? Yes, you can assign two variables at a time. So this is a small thing, so we'll do it in CMD. So let's, if you can change the size of font. Yes, now you can see it. So A is equal to 10. This we assign. A is 10. If we want to assign two variables at a time, what we'll do it? B comma C is equal to 30 comma 40. So B, so you can see we can assign as many variables like this, B, C, D, E, as many as you want at a single time. To a single variable, no, you cannot add it to a single variable, because if a single variable has uh, two values, then for a code to run in such a confusion way, it's not okay. You want A comma B equal to 10, 20, 30. Okay, you can do it like you want many values, right? So what you can do is P comma Q is equal to, let's say, 1, and for Q you want 1, 2, 3, 4. So P have 1 and Q have 1, 2, 3, 4. As it shows this as a list. Okay, if you want multiple assignments, let's say, like you can see Q have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I want to assign 1, 2, 3, 4 to different 4 variables. You can do that. Let's say I, J, K, and L equals to Q. So it is done, right? So let's see what I have. I have 1, J have 2, K have 3, and L has 4. This works only if the number of values is equal to the number of variables. You can do that. Without using a list, you cannot do uh, multi vals in a variable, because that is already confusing. We code to make logics clear and clean coding. We do not code to confuse people. So if our code is confused, that's none of this. I hope that is clear. Malvania. Veer Malvania. Okay, so let's try what you are saying. A comma star B is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay. A, B. Okay, Veer, you're right. We can do this. A is equal to 1 and B, yes, definitely. So even I learned something new today. Thanks, Veer. Automatic list, yes. There are many such little things that even I don't know till now, and I have not used. Uh, Thanks for this. So even our viewers learned something new because of you. They would thank you today. Anyone else wants to add up anything or any confusion, any doubt, please let us know. And also, if you are online, please like the stream, subscribe to our channel. That would be a lot of encouragement. And also turn on the notifications. So next time we are live, you will get a notification instead of our messages that will haunt you.